Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Michael and today I wanted to share with you another recipe on how to make your own vanilla extract. If you bought this in the stores, this stuff has gotten really expensive. And then if you go and buy the little vanilla beans themselves in the store, you usually get one or two in a jar and these are really pricey. So to combat that, I have found these online. And I will put the link in the description box below where I've got these from. There are 25 of these in here, and these are organic, and they are a lot cheaper, I can tell you by the bulk, than these are like here. So if you don't want to get 25, they do have smaller packages of them where you can get smaller versions of them. If you want to go together with your friends or your family and order a bigger pack of these, and then you can split them amongst your family or your friends. That will be an economical way that you can do that too. To make vanilla extract, it is very easy to do. It does take a little while for it to happen though. So these vanilla beans that I have here that I purchased online do come from Madagascar. And even with the package, you can still smell how fresh they are. This is vacuum sealed, so they are in there tight and they are going to be nice and fresh when we open that up. So the formula for the vanilla flavoring is going to be 1 vanilla bean for 2 ounces of our liquid that you're going to be using. We're going to use in vodka. With vodka, it's not going to put any other flavors inside of it other than your vanilla. So we're going to be using that today in ours. So there's different ways you can process your vanilla flavor. You can put it into a mason jar. If you've got one of these, you definitely can use that, put a lid on it, and you're set to go. I've got these wet jars that I'm going to be using today. I really like these. They've got this nice seal on them, and I like the wide mouth on these as well. So this is a 0.75 liter wet jar, or it's about a little over 25 ounces if you're using the imperial system. So I'm going to start out with 2 cups of my vodka, and I'm going to go ahead and get that measured out now. All right, so I've got my vodka measured out now. So again, that's about 2 cups or about 500 milliliters if we're using the metric system for that. And I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to go ahead and open this pack up now, and we're going to look at our vanilla beans. These are really nice. You can look at that and see these are really fresh, how they're bending. You definitely want some really nice ones. The ones that you get in the store, you don't know how long they've been there, and they could be dry. So these we know are going to be really nice on those. So if you're using the mason jar, you can look at it and see that this will probably fit all the way up to the top of that. So we can definitely do that. I'm going to go ahead and get me 8 of these measured out. All right, so I've got my 8 of my beans measured out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my liquid to my container. And that'll kind of give me an idea of what we want to do. With the height of this jar that I've got here, if I put one of my vanilla beans down in it, you can see here from the side of it that it's not going to come up quite all the way to the top. So you can do it 2 ways. You can either fill this up and put these in there, because what you want these to be submerged completely under the vodka. You don't want any part of this on the top of it, because you don't want the air to get to it, because it could mold it. What the vodka is going to do is it's going to preserve these, and that way it's going to make all that vanilla extract that we're looking for to come out of that, of each one of those beans. So you can do it one of 2 ways. You can take them and cut them in half, and that way you know that they'll fit down into the jar, and that's probably what I'm going to do with these today. And I'm also going to go ahead and take my knife down, and I'm going to run down the side of it, and I'm going to open it up. All right, now that I've got that open, and that exposes all those beans on the inside of that, that's definitely what we're going to be looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that in like that, and you can see how that went all the way to the bottom. That is going to be a nice process that I'm going to do there. And I'm going to go ahead and split these other ones open here and continue to put those in. All right, now that I've got all of my vanilla beans in my jar here, I wanted to show you something else too. You could also, if you put them in whole, you could do that, and then you could pick them out and use them like that, and then you could open them up and get the seeds out of them once they've been in here for a while. Or if you've got one that you want to cut in half, you can take the side of your knife and scrape out the seeds like that. So if you didn't want to split it down the side, you don't have to. You can just cut it in the middle, and then you can take your knife and just scrape the actual seeds out of it once you put them in there. So now we're going to put the lid on this, and this needs to sit somewhere for 4 weeks as the minimum. That's where we want this to happen. So after about 3 days, you're going to start seeing the color change on this, and that is going to be perfectly normal because we want it to turn this color. So a minimum of 4 weeks. The longer you leave it here, the better. 6 months to 7 months will get you a nice vanilla extract. If you leave it in there for a year, you will get a really nice vanilla extract. So this is something that if you want to start early before your baking season time of the year, you can definitely do this. Start this in the early part of the year, and that way you'll have nice vanilla extract for that baking season when it comes up. Once you've got all of your vanilla beans in here, you can put the lid on it, and they can just stay out into a cool, dry, dark place is where you want to put this at. And if you want to come in, after a couple of days and just kind of give it a little shake around, you can do that. Definitely shake that up and get those beans mixed into that vanilla extract. So once you've left it in there for the time that you want it to, you can take it then and you can cant it out into something else. So you can use these, put a little funnel on the top of it, and you can pour your vanilla extract off. Leave your beans behind because they'll still be good. Add you some more beans to the ones that are there. Add the liquid that you've taken out to replenish back what you took out, and you can keep this going and going and going. So this is one of the good things about this. Once you get these in here, you can have a plentiful batch of this and just keep adding beans as you take it out. So this will last me a long time because one of these jars will last a long time. So if you want to make a smaller batch, you can definitely, if you've got a smaller container like a pint jar or something, you can definitely use that and make a smaller batch of it, and that way you can use it up or have 2 or 3 batches going at different intervals of the year, and that way you can use off one batch, and while that batch is gone, another batch is coming up behind it. If you like this content, maybe you might consider giving me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And check out one of these other 2 videos over here. You might find something else you like. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you on how your vanilla extract is turning out, if you made this recipe, or if you do something different. I'd love to hear from you. I'm always willing to learn new techniques. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye now.